I'm Darlene Washington, and this is Spiritually Intriguing, the Church Edition. Here we are once again with Pastor Leake of Martin Temple AME Zion Church, and we're having another discussion about topics in today's society where we have secular issues that are driving folks nuts. We just want to get some clarity from a spiritual level. Hi, Dr. Leake.
How are you today?
Okay. Are you ready to get started?
I am.
Okay. Well, another question that's been pondering some people's minds is, do black people value material possessions in a detrimental way to their lives? I'm asking this because some black people just have credit issues galore. And we don't know if it's because of money mismanagement or because of poor, well, not poor, but we'll say, employment, then unemployment, unexpected situations which cause money to fluctuate, the amounts of money, and then cause that credit problem or cause you to not be able to get the things that you want versus the things that you need, and so you choose the things that you want more than the things that you need, which is a very bad thing. Or you rely on one spouse or one person to do all of the needs, while you go and you do all the wants. And what is going on with that? Is that an African American thing, or is that just a people in the world thing?
I think that there are several dynamics that go along with that. For one, because of the economy and the cost of living in some places, sometimes it's just not enough. Now, a few months ago, I did a series of sermons on getting rid of clutter.
Right.
And one of the sermons was getting rid of financial clutter, which is debt. And what often happens is people charge what they need and buy what they want.
Okay. That's a recipe for a disaster, huh?
Or they beg for what they need and borrow what they want.
Okay.
And so what happens is this whole concept of materialism does come into play at times for society, especially in our community, because somehow people just think the more things or the more stuff they have, the more important they are.
Right.
And ultimately, the more stuff you got, the more you have to take care of.
Right.
And you begin to get cluttered, you begin to get weighed down, and if you're not careful, you end up with more and more debt, and all of a sudden, things change. Your job situation may change. You may go from a two-family income to a one-family income. Somebody may get laid off. Somebody may die. Spouse may die. Leaves them with one income. Sometimes there's an addition to the family.
Right.
That can change the situation. If I could give you an example, I had a date once, and I was late. And so the lady called me and said, Mr. Lee, can you tell me why you're late? I said, I sure can. I said, when I made this bill, we had 2 children and 2 incomes. Now we have 4 children and 1 income. I can tell you exactly why. And so, and she had pity on me.
Wow.
She helped me make an adjustment.
Which is good, not everyone does.
Right, she helped me to make an adjustment. And of course I ended up paying that bill off.
Perfect.
But things change, situations change. Then emergencies arise. The car breaks down.
Right.
The washing machine knocks off. The stove breaks down.
Right.
Someone gets sick.
Right.
All kinds of situations happen.
Right.
So some of them may be the fact that people are not being good stewards of their finances. Other times, it may just be they become overloaded with the financial weight of just not having enough.
Right. Okay.
You know?
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to run a household.
Yes.
And so I think, like you said too, people don't want to give the appearance that they're struggling.
That's right.
And so
That's right.
then to cover that, you know, you go and you buy all these things, whether you can afford them or not.
Right.
And so, and that gives the impression that we are more materialistic than
Right.
we are, you know.
That's right.
Valuing
That's right.
the things that should be valued.
Yes.
So
and I do think that one of the things I talked about in that sermon was sometimes we have to wait and buy things when the price is better,
right.
more affordable.
Right.
Because one of the questions is, if I don't buy this now, what will happen to me? What will happen to me if I don't spend this $500 on this outfit? What will really happen to me?
Nada.
You know, what will it do to my family? Will it put us in a financial bind if I purchase this? So I think that what's important is we do have to begin to teach financial stewardship in our African American culture.
I like it.
Even in our churches.
I like it.
We really have to talk about budgeting and what we give, what we give up, you know, and so, and I think sometimes we get so materialistic that we lose the gift of enjoying each other in our relationships.
Okay. I agree. Yeah, it's too much distraction.
Yes.
Well, let's just know that we got to get some structure with that, those finances, you know.
Yes.
Let's not continue to be so involved in material possessions to, you know, create our work. Not that all of us feel that way, but we've certainly given some good explanation as to why people are doing these things. Yeah. So another thing that's going on in Hollywood, there's like always been this problem with black actresses and actors getting jobs out there, because it's like they make all the movies, but most of them require white actors. But then you have your BETs of the world and your TV ones of the world that came out to try to break into the issue of not having enough black entertainment. And your filmmakers like Singleton and Spike Lee, and all the other ones that have since joined him. I think it's Lee Bailey now with the Butler, that new movie that's out with Oprah. You know, we've been trying to create our own stuff. But how has that affected, along with the internal struggles within African American society of the light skin, dark skin factor? So are we past the light skin, dark skin prejudices inside of our own race, or is society forcing this into existence for us?
Well, let me just say that whole, from the outset, that whole light skin, dark skin kind of thing started back in the days of slavery, with the field slaves and the house slaves.
Right.
It has been a divide and conquer kind of thing for our race. And while some people have advocated, I do everything I can to pour water on it.
Right.
Every time I'm present and I see its existence. Because listen, I come from a family. We've got every hue.
So do we.
Every hue.
We've got them all.
In the African American race,
Right.
we got them all.
Right.
And so, you know, we were taught that's not an issue.
Right.
You love the person, not their color.
Right.
People can't help what color
They are.
they are.
That's true.
None of us
Right.
can help that. We accept it. But I think it's important that as a race, we understand that all of us battle with some of the same struggles as it relates to racism in the African American culture. And it's not dead. And so if it's not dead amongst outsiders, that we feel it from outsiders, then what sense does it make for us to intensify it by creating prejudices and biases within our own race?
Right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It never has. And even when I was a little girl, and we would play outside, and when the little dark-skinned kids would come over, you know, oh, don't play with them, they so black. I used to be like, my mouth would drop open because my grandfather was dark-skinned.
Right.
And I love my grandfather to death. And I was like petrified. I was like, what? What'd you say?
Yeah.
And I would just look at those kids and I'd say, no. If I don't play with them, it won't be because they black.
That's exactly right. That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Character is of a greater importance than color. Because I tell people, you have good people in all races.
Right.
You got bad people
In all races.
in all races.
No matter where you go.
No matter where you go.
Mm.
So the character, as Martin Luther King said, we cannot judge people by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
That's it. That's the truth. Well, once again, we've gotten an excellent point of view. And this is from a very spiritual place that you're coming from, which we can all appreciate that. I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your
to cover these topics. And I think that does it for this issue for Spiritually Intriguing, the Church Edition. See you next time.